Oh, hello, everyone. So glad to be here on this beautiful snowy morning. I tell you, we're having our first snow. It's magical. I love the first snow. It's always so much fun. I'm so excited today to be talking to you about the energy of your business and the one action step, the number one action step that you can take to create that success. So we're going to give this a minute for people to hop on. Let me check to make sure it is showing up in the Shining Mentors group. If you aren't in the Shining Mentors group, make sure that you are joined. Just go to Shining Mentors Successful Entrepreneurs and we can add you in there because we're going to be giving away some amazing prizes, including this month, the new Energy of Your Business Oracle cards. This is an amazing deck, and it is so much fun because it helps guide you in your business to what action steps, what inspired action steps, tapping into your intuition to take to create that success in your business. All right. So this is so amazing. I love this. So invite anybody that you want to invite in that you know needs this information, that somebody, just think about it for a minute. Somebody that comes to your mind right now, tag them, bring them into the group, tag them into this if it's just on one of the other pages, and we would love to have them, okay? And if you can hear me okay, go ahead and post. I can see several people are already watching, but go ahead and post that you can hear me okay so we can get started, because we have some good inspired actions for you to take to get your business rolling to that 6+ figures. And it's totally possible, okay? So if you can hear me okay, just go ahead and post you can hear me. If you want to accept the StreamYard, they don't send you any other text or anything. Just go ahead and accept that and you'll be able to I'll be able to see your name, all right? Because we're going to be drawing some cards here in a bit. We're going to see what divine guided action that you need to take today to make your business hugely successful, okay? So for those of you that don't know me, welcome. I'm Melissa Zoske, and I'm your energy alignment business coach. And I help intuitive business owners, coaches, and healers clear their success blocks so that they can take the aligned strategic action steps needed to create a sustainable and scalable business. So this is so much fun. It's all about starting off as an inside job, okay? And we let that inside work, the things that go back generations, sometimes hundreds, if not thousands of generations back from your ancestors, that carry these beliefs, these patterns, these programmings held in your DNA, in your cellular memories that keep you stuck from moving forward. And so that's one of my favorite things to do, is actually look deep inside of you and help you start to clear that out. We're going to go ahead and send out a broadcast. If you're in the Shining Mentors group, this is meant for you. If you're not in there, go ahead and join. If you're watching the replay, you'll still get the benefits from this. So we are sending out a broadcast of confidence, self-esteem, abundance. If you want to close your eyes just for 20 seconds, allowing this energy, as long as you're not driving, make sure you're in a safe place. Allow this energy to absorb. And if you can't close your eyes, it's still going in. Just allow this beautiful energy to start to penetrate your cells and clear out what no longer serves you. Those old, outdated programmings, beliefs, patterns from this lifetime or inherited, okay? So keep that going. We'll keep that energy going for you. Okay, so on to today's topic. Let me see here. It looks like it's showing up okay. Again, if you can hear me okay, just post in the comments that you can hear me. All right. All right. So the topic today, the number one thing that is keeping you from moving forward, what is it? And I said action. It's actually the need to be perfect. Okay. Hi, Naya. Nice to see you here. Thank you. Thank you. It's the need to be perfect and how taking imperfect action can scale your business quickly. And I know this is something that was really near and dear to my heart, guys, because I stalled for a good 3 years because I felt like everything had to be perfect. Every time I was going to post something, every time I was going to take that next step, I'd get this panicky feeling and go back and recheck everything. I don't do that anymore. I go with how I feel, just staying in alignment, do some meditation. Before I got on this call, I did some clearing of my space and my room and myself. felt an alignment, sent myself a broadcast. And I feel, I lose what I'm saying sometimes, and sometimes I can go on for a longer period of time than I plan on. It doesn't matter. It's because it's the people that you are meant to connect to. If they're in front of you, like you are here right now, there's a reason, because there are no accidents. Okay. Hi from Minnesota. Nice to see you here. Oh my gosh. Okay, great. Remember to tag anybody that you feel, if you're seeing somebody's face in your mind, they're meant to be listening to this call. Okay. So if you're ready to step into the energy of a 6+ figure business, who is ready here to step into the energy of a 6+ figure business? Who wants to create that kind of income in a sustainable way that you can keep on building on? And when I say sustainable, I mean, money's coming in monthly, you can count on it, but also your energy feels aligned, and you need that energy to be sustainable so that you don't get overwhelmed and burned out, right? So I'm going to teach you some super easy ways to get started in or level up your business while staying aligned today. All right. So, and this is staying aligned with your soul purpose as well. It's what you're offering your people, what you were put here to do. Leah, nice to see you here. So good. Heck yes. Yes. And some of the names I can't see still here. So if you want to allow StreamYard to let me see your name, or just put your name first, then I can get it, because we're going to be drawing some cards here pretty soon for you. So we want to tap into that intuition for what you need to take this week specifically. Okay. So one of the number one reasons people don't get going, they don't move forward, right? That imperfect, because it's not perfect, is fear that it isn't perfect, right? It's fear. How many of you have felt like you didn't want to post because of fear? Hi, Cassie. Nice to see you. How many of you have felt fear has kept you from posting or standing out and being seen because it's not perfect? Yep, I can see that. Maybe it needs more tweaks. Maybe your website needs just a little bit more work. Better copy, better images, all those things, right? Maybe you need a new photo shoot. Maybe you're waiting on photos. Don't wait. Take the imperfect action steps, okay? I was so worried about this part. And I mentioned a minute ago that this was something that caused me so much stress. And I lost 2, maybe 3 years, 2 years for sure on the website. I know I've lost time on other things, but on the website alone, I lost 2 years. And because I was so wanting it to be a certain way in my mind, I had 3 different photo shoots because they just didn't have all the shots I wanted. They didn't have everything I needed. I didn't feel like it had the right feel. I was so scared to launch that website that I sabotaged myself 2 years because I was wanting it to be perfect. That perfection is basically a symptom of deeper things, guys. It's a symptom. So that perfection is not like, oh, I just want it to look nice and I want to look professional. No, it's a deeper symptom of something else, okay? So part of that is, what if people don't like what I'm doing? Or worse, they don't like me? How many of you have felt that way? Like, what if I put this out there and there's crickets? Or what if I put this out there and worse, I get trolls or people attacking me? How many have that fear? So today I wanted to talk to you about some of the things that you may be struggling with that are stopping you from moving forward. And this is common. This is not just to you. This is so common. And so I wanted to touch base with this. And it's one of the reasons why I created my free 1K per day masterclass that starts next Monday, by the way, the 18th. If you aren't, I'm going to go ahead and post that here. If you haven't signed up, make sure you signed up, because we're going to be going over a lot of this. And not only that, we're going to be taking action steps to actually create the changes that you need to create that 6-figure business. The last masterclass we had, let me see, I hope that one's right, 1K per day. The last masterclass that we had, we actually had people go from having like $120 sessions to they were bringing in $1,200 in that week alone. They changed the whole way they did everything. We're going to take what you have, your offers, and we're going to create a new program, a new offer during that week. We're going to also help you step into that energy price point where you feel worthy and valuable. We're going to reprice your programs. And that's all part of next week. We're going to work on the fears, the generational the inherited, all this stuff that goes generations back, we're going to be working on next week. So every day we are up leveling you in your business, okay? So that is just melissazoske.com. Let me show this. /1K per day, all right? So just make sure that let me go here, show this one. Okay, so melissazoske.com /1K per day, and you are going to be on your way to amazing success. And you know, I'm proof, and it's 11:11 here right now, I am proof that it doesn't matter even what kind of business you have or what kind of gifts you have. If your soul is calling you to work with others, serve others, and help them, then you're in the right place. And you don't have to be perfect. You just need to take the steps, and you might need a little guidance, but you just need to take those steps and step out and shine and just be seen so that your people know where you're at, where they can find you. And there are no accidents. Remember that, okay? I was scared to launch, all right? I was so scared. The perfection was just a symptom of those deeper things. And it was something that kept me locked up for years, as I said. And it wasn't until I realized, and I work with this stuff all the time. This is part of the reason why I work with my own mentors and healers, is because sometimes we're so close to it that we don't see that there's a problem because we're hiding from it ourselves, okay? And so when I realized that, oh my gosh, I'm totally screwing myself over here. I am sabotaging myself. And in turn, the clients that are meant to work with me, and those clients meant to work with you, that you were born with a contract to work with before you were even born, those people that you were born to work with are waiting for you. I was stalling them for 2 years. How much time have you stalled in your business, connecting with your people? Whether it's health, are they in pain and you're not helping? And pain can come in all sorts of different ways, right? They're in pain and you're letting perfection stop you from moving forward. That is making them stay in pain for that amount of time. How does that feel? It just feels horrible. When I realized that's what I was doing, I felt like, oh my gosh, how could I have allowed this to happen? You know, it was just something that really hit me hard because my heart really wants to serve. And I know that yours does too. Okay. So when I finally got my website up, I realized that the 2-year pause was just that way of sabotaging myself because I was scared. I didn't want that attention. I didn't want people looking at me. I didn't want ridicule. I feared that people wouldn't want me, right? Now that went to a much deeper, earlier memory in my life where I felt unwanted. I felt unneeded. How many of you in your life have felt that from people in your life? Unwanted, not needed, not cared about. Those things could be affecting your business right now, okay? And so perfection is just one of those ways. It can come in other ways too. But perfection is just one of the many ways that can keep you from moving forward, okay? So this is some easy ways. You don't really need a full website to get started. So I just want you to get that out of your head. Websites are not the end all be all anymore. It is social media is your big platform now, and it's easiest and it's free. So this is something you should really focus on. So if you're waiting for that website, I'm going to challenge you to stop right now. You can continue with your website, but don't stop the other steps, okay? Engage with other people. Make those social connections, okay? We're supposed to be connecting. That's my big word for 2021 is connection. And it's so true. The people in the Shining Mentors Successful Entrepreneurs group, I send each one of them a DM when they come into the group, all right? It's important to me that I get to know you and your work a little bit. So you can start off with just a landing page or an opt-in, okay? Or even just messaging people, those DMs, all right? And getting them on a call with you. How easy is that? Just getting them on a quick call. See what they're doing. See what they're about. And remember, it doesn't have to be hard. And I know that a lot of you are like, I don't want to spam people. You aren't. When you are connecting with somebody, I want you to go into that connection with curiosity, all right? Every connection you make, you don't know. Keep in your heart, you don't know what this is going to end up. Be open. Let go of those attachments. You're not talking to them because you think they might be a client. You're talking to them because they could be a potential collaboration. They could be a potential guest for maybe one of your groups or your programs. They could be a guest for your podcast or your YouTube channel. They could be somebody that you're going to be a guest on. Or maybe they're a client. We don't know. So keeping that curiosity open and getting to know them, you wouldn't just walk into a party, a physical party, and just go straight up to somebody and say, hey, be my client. You're walking up to them because you want to get to know them, right? So that's what this is all about. It doesn't have to be hard. Just be real, be a friend, be somebody you just want to get to know them, okay? So you can easily start, I wanted to throw this, you can easily start a WordPress website for little to nothing cost and just set up one page. You don't need to have a whole website set up with that. And this could be a checklist like a morning, could have a free offer like a checklist for a morning routine to success or health, or maybe 100 meditation or mantras, affirmations. It could be just a simple opt-in. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Healing meditation, ebook, free video series, like one for the law of attraction basics. All those things are super easy. If you feel like you have to have a website with your brand on it, just go ahead and do one, but just make it one page. Don't make it this huge drawn out thing that's going to make you, stall for months on end. Okay. You can have those video series have maybe healing modalities you use, give them an intro to that. EFT, tapping on your meridians, right? Just walk them through simple things. And just because you know it, I want to remind you that so many people don't even know. If you started tapping right on your head and you started doing these EFT points, which was my first energy love, I have probably 90% of the people I'm around would say, what are you doing? Because you know it, you know your work, and you know all these energy things, and you're in those circles. So you think everybody knows this. Not everybody knows this. So you putting out a little mini video series is so helpful. And also you can connect that page to an email provider so that it's an opt-in to build your list. Remember last week, and if this is set for a future broadcast, Facebook went down for a full day. And if you had an email list, you could be sending out emails to your people and even offering free flash sales. Okay. I had that happen. A lot of people did that. They just sent out a quick email to make that connection, because remember that any of these platforms could go down, or you could lose your page or whatever, have a hacker, whatever. So having a list is your blood. All right. That's your life force for your business. So making sure that you have some kind of really juicy opt-in, and we go over that in other calls. So make sure that you're in the Shining Mentor Successful Entrepreneurs group. But we're going to go over that so that you can actually attract those people into your list so that you have a deeper connection with them, okay? And it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Remember that. It just has to help in some way. You only have to be one step ahead of the people that you're trying to help. And it just has to align with what and who your soul is at the deepest level, okay? So for me, like I said, it was fear of not being good enough, not being perfect. One of the things that stop, another thing that can stop is not enough certifications. How many of you find yourself stuck getting more certifications? I call it serial certifiers. Serial certifiers. If that is you, just say me. Because if you are constantly in learn mode and you're not out there taking that time to promote what you already have, you have a very expensive hobby. Okay. And I'm certified in so many different things. And that was one of my things is I really should have, after the first couple, 2, 3, I should have been promoting myself, but I kept saying, I need more knowledge. The need for more knowledge was something that was super important for me. And so when that was coming up, I was like, what it was doing, it was just another sabotage. It was the fear that was keeping me back. So something like that, like getting more certifications, felt like I'm really doing something good. Education's always good, right? I'm a lifetime learner, which I still am. But I also had to take a year off of learning and getting certified and commit myself to a year of putting myself out there. We can call it marketing, you can call it promoting, whatever you want to do, but putting myself out there with real aligned strategy that intuitively I knew was needed. And I had to work through fears one step at a time to do that. But as I did that, my business, it quadrupled like very quickly. So it can for you too. And all it takes is for you to have that connection, okay? All right, so I use different energy healing tools that dig up the deep roots that just don't go with any typical mindset work. So what we're doing again is some of these roots go so deep that they go generations back. Like I said, hundreds, if not thousands of generations back. How many thousands of years is that? It's huge. Cassie said, I've recently decided I'm taking time off of learning. I am so proud of you, Cassie, because when you take the time off of learning, and really you're still going to absorb a lot of information because you're out there, right? And when you are supposed to get that information, the universe is going to make sure that you see it and it's going to absorb. So you are doing amazing things. And remember that these fears that have kept you in that learn mode, these go back, these are replaying 24/7 from every one of your cells, sending out a broadcast to the universe. And with law of attraction, we're just like this huge magnet, right? Whatever we're putting out, we're getting back. And so if we're putting out fear that we're not good enough, or fear that nobody will want us, and it's underlying that perfectionism or underlying that fear of being seen, right? It's at the deeper root. That's sending out the broadcast more of that same, I'm not good enough. Nobody will want me. I don't have what it takes. I'm going to attract in bad people. I'm going to bring in negative attention. All those things go back to your deepest roots. And that's the energy healing methods that I use to help clear out that mindset. And then we install the new mindsets. We install those new beliefs. And I'm going to go ahead and keep this going out. Let's send out this broadcast more. All right. Just absorb it and keep it rolling. And then we're going to draw some cards here in a minute. All right, perfect. Keep that rolling. I love that. Whew, okay. So remember that we're having the 1K per day masterclass starting next Monday. We have 1 week left before it starts. And it's one of my favorite things. I love it because I see people go from charging. I had one client that went from $65 a session to selling her first I think it was 7K pro. I'm almost positive $7,000 program in 2 weeks. All right. We have people that they change, just make some shifts. They're very simple, not hard. It doesn't take a lot of hard work. It can be fun. It's easy. And I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to show you how to remarket yourself, change your price point so that you are at an energetic match to your pricing, your programs and services. Because if you aren't, then people aren't going to be buying from you, okay? And also, we're going to make sure that your energy is aligned. Every day next week, we're going to be aligning your energy to that day's topic. So, for instance, if you aren't aligned to your energy price point, your energetic price point, what happens? Nobody buys it because you're not believing in what you're charging. So they're thinking you aren't worth it. And so we're going to clear that out first. You're going to feel empowered. We have so many people last time, like I said, that brought in thousands of dollars and in just a few days. And that can be you too. So make sure that you sign up for the 1K per day masterclass. I'm going to show this sign again, 1K per day. It's just melissazoske.com/1K per day so that you can hop in and join us because it is amazing. Okay. So much fun. All right. So the thing is, there are no accidents. So while you're stalling, growing, or starting your business, you want to make sure that you are paying attention to those things that are coming up for you, right? So just by hearing what I just said, you're going to recognize, I think I have a block. I think I have something that's keeping me from moving forward. And there's parts of you that are trying to protect you. They're not trying to screw you over. They're just trying to protect you from getting hurt, okay? And so they're trying to keep you safe. So in the past, in your thousands of generations back, if you were hurt, which most of us have been, right? We've been hurt. If you were hurt and hurt badly, then there's a part of you that's wants to keep you safe from having that same pain all over again. So all it's doing is creating, remember, we create our own lives by what we put out and send out to the universe. Our thoughts, our beliefs, every thing that we say is being heard by every cell. It's being heard by the energetic vibration of the universe. The universe is matching that. So by shifting these blocks, you're able to help those parts of you that have been stuck be released. And not just in you. We're talking about generations of your children. You are the catalyst for change for your future. So think about your grandchildren. I remember when I first started doing this work, I was in a lot of pain, a lot of health issues, and I was desperate. We also had financial devastation due to the 2008 bubble, the housing bubble crashed, and we had invested in a lot of property. We were devastated, I'm telling you. And so it took my health down. I was desperate to get better. I was desperate to be pain-free. Any of you have ever had pain in your life understand what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be physical pain either. It can be any kind of pain. But that stress was horrible. And so as I was looking for how to clear this, I found that the generation things were there to still help me. And that was keeping me where I was now, because it's safer than the unknown in the future, right? The future could be 100% incredibly amazing. And so I want you to open your mind up to that. Your future, the future you is already out there, already successful, already waiting for you to step forward. It's your choice to step forward. And so clearing out these blocks and helping these parts of you that are just trying to keep you safe, realize that you are safe here and now, that we don't need the same kind of protection that we needed, 20 generations back, that we are safe. It's 2021 and we're here now and we're safe. We want to move forward. We want to share our gifts. We want to align to our soul passion and mission. And that's when things start to shift, okay? Any of you that are, I want you to remember that we are one with the law of attraction, and we are just like one big law of attraction magnet, okay? So when that part of you that's super scared and gets in your way, that's the one that can create other things. It's just, I don't know if you've read the book by Gay Hendricks, but it's The Big Leap. And it talks about upper limit blocks, okay? All about law of attraction. So it's when you have a part of you that's creating this, and there's a belief in the memory and a pattern that's sending out that broadcast to the universe. The universe is going to make a situation that's going to help you stay safe, stay where you're at now, which is not where you want to be. You want to keep moving forward. You want to create that success. You want to create transformation in others, right? But if you have that part of you that's still sending that out to the universe is going to create those patterns today to match how you're feeling today. Even if you consciously don't want it, like for me, pain, or for you, maybe it's not being able to put your message out there. Maybe you have, okay, this is the crazy thing. One of my launches, I had my internet go out. We had our electricity go out. We had a kitchen flood. I was like, what the hell is happening? I mean, it was absolutely insane, crazy. That was because my upper limit blocks all came up, and it was so comical because I could recognize it at that point. So I'm going to have you stay aware. I have clients that break their foot. I have one client that's husband was sick one launch. The next launch, she broke her foot. The launch after that, she got the flu. I mean, it's always something right at that perfect time for her launches. Those are upper limit blocks, and they're created by what you're putting out there, and the universe matching that with vibrations for what you are already putting out there. Okay. So make sure that you're aware of that. All right. Let's see. Yes. So somebody is saying, I'm experiencing upper limit blocks. What are those upper limit blocks? I want to hear about them. I can't see your name, but go ahead and post them in there, because sometimes they're a clue too. Sometimes they match up to what you are actually putting out. So sometimes it's a bunch of little things, like always being uncomfortable in your clothes. How many of you have clothes in your wardrobe that you put on that just feel like, ugh, why aren't you getting rid of those? Anytime you're irritating yourself, you're putting out a negative vibration, okay? That annoyance adds up to low energy, okay? So buy some comfortable clothes, man, or maybe you always put things you need to do for your business last, right? I always like to look at what time of the day I have my most energy and what's going to bring in the most return on my effort. So those are the things I usually I'm in the morning, around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I have the most energy. So that's when I'm going to do my work that I think is going to have the most return on my investment or energy. So our ROI or ROE. Okay. And that helps me really dial in to getting that stuff done. And usually for me, I'm a big advocate. We talk about this in the 1K per day masterclass starting next week. I help spiritual or intuitive business owners, coaches, and healers, spiritual entrepreneurs work 3-day work weeks, because I feel like it's really important that we don't work too much, that we really allow our energy reserves to be refilled. okay? Replenished. And so a 3-day work week is really important, and you can do it. You can make multiple 6 figures working 3 days a week. All right. Some days I only work 2 hours, but I get what most people, I call Einstein time. I get what most people do in a day done in a couple hours. And we go over all of that. So step into the 1K per day masterclass next week so that you can pick up on some of those tips that I'm going to show you that week. And then you'll have the benefit of also having the energy clearings at the same time. So we may waste so much time in the day, and it's just crazy. So I want to make sure that we're going over that, because time wasters are also ways of self-sabotaging yourself. A lot of times we have all these busy things in our life. Vanessa, so good to see you here. We have so much busyness that keeps happening that we really don't need to be doing. And so I want to help you reassess that so that you can at least take those steps forward, doing what you need to do. We're going to trim the fat. All right. We're going to get rid of those things that you don't need to be doing. And I really feel like that's important. Okay. Part of that is just letting go of those things that you don't need to be doing and giving them to somebody else. All right. So some of the things that I do is we talk about fire focusing. So if you fire focus on something that you need to get done, and you say, I like to call them time chunking, and we actually have that in the cards that we're going to be drawing in a minute, but it's just time chunking. Okay. We're going to time chunk what it is that will help you fire focus for 15 or 20 minutes. You're going to be amazed at how much you get done. Okay. And it saves you a ton of time and you get a ton done. All right. So you have to decide to succeed, then make the choice to put you first in that time first and do your inner work. Like I said, all about what those deeper roots are. What is coming up for you? What upper limit blocks are showing up for you? All right. And then using like a little 3-minute tool to align and then take the inspired action. I am a big advocate on quick tools. Like for my meditations and healings, they're no more than 10 minutes, usually around 6 to 8 minutes long, because I like to align quick. I've been in programs, and I've been certified in things where it's 45 minutes and they want you to do that twice a day. How many of you have 45 minutes twice a day to put back aligning your energy? And if you're doing that every day, are you still having the time to take your aligned, strategic, guided action to increase your business so that you can have that 6-figure business? Long question, I know. But how many of you have the time to put an hour and a half every day into alignment work? I like quick tools, quick energy alignment. I am doing the things every day that take me 6 to maybe 10 minutes total, once to twice a day. And it's clearing out blocks and installing the new programming at the same time. We're going to be going over that in the 1K per day next week. So I'll be showing you exactly how to do that and use this tool on yourself so that you can use it daily and really start to clear these blocks. Okay. So the thing about this is it gets easier every time. So the more you move forward, the more you see improvement. Okay. So, and then you get more excited, right? You get more excited, and then it becomes more fun because you're getting, wow, this is working. It becomes more fun. And then you have more success because, like I said, what you put out, you are getting back more of. So if you're feeling like, dang, this is fun. How did this become so easy? That energy is going out. It's coming back to you. You're starting to align to that future version of yourself right now, because really there's no distance in time or energy. Your future version that's already successful is already standing here right now. She's here with you right now. Okay. There are many other things that keep you playing small in your business. So one of them is money blocks. They're huge. How many of you know we all have money blocks? Every single one of us have money blocks. Do you know that you have a money block? I would love to hear one. We all have them. And even if you're making $500,000 a year, and maybe you could be making $2 million a year, you still have blocks that are keeping you stuck at that level. We all have different income ceilings, right? So when you start going through those money blocks, you're like, dang, I want to make 600,000. I'm at 300. Let's make 600. Or you're at 600. Let's make $1 million a year. And I know this might be a reach for some of you, but it's really not. And it does not have to be that hard. All right. It can be easy. It can be fun. It can be in flow. It can be in alignment with what your heart and your soul is calling from you. Okay. So I like to ask myself what negative things would happen. This is one of the benefits to keeping yourself small. So I ask myself what negative things would happen if I made $2 million a year. And if you can answer that, I would love to hear give me one negative thing that can happen if you made $2 million a year. And if in your mind that's way too out at grass, say 500,000. What negative thing would happen if you made that much money in a year? Things that I had to work on was things like, get my notes here. This was a crazy one because I was surprised. It was like lots more responsibility for others. Okay. Maybe people will come looking to me for money instead of just for me being me. Maybe they want something from me. And so that was an underlying fear that people just will use you if you have a lot of money. All right. Yeah. Leah saying family would want a piece all the time. Yeah. And so if that is playing in your subconscious, what is that doing? That's sending out a broadcast saying, don't send me more money. I don't want that responsibility. Now, I had the worry that people would become, because I'm very generous, that people would become like they would need me. They would rely on me too much. And that if the money then dried out, then what would happen to them? You know what I mean? What would happen? Then I wouldn't be able to help them. That was too much stress. That was one of the things I had to work through. It's like, I got to help them to help themselves. I don't want to just hand over something, and then they become relying on me. I want them to be empowered themselves so that they are sustainable in their own way. And we're all different. So it could be a whole different ways of being, right? So I would also worry about losing it. This is so common. Once you have money, oftentimes I see people are worried about losing the money. And this is where you see so many sabotage. How many people have seen people win the lottery and then they're broke again in a year? They win like $1 million and then they're broke again in a year. We see it all the time. It's proven. It's because their old patterns are there, right? And their old patterns keep them in the way that they were used to and comfortable with. And money doesn't fix everything. Money is neutral though. So anything that you're feeling or thinking is absorbing. So money is an energy. It's neutral. It's going to absorb whatever beliefs that you put into it. All right. So it's neutral. Make it like, oh my gosh, the more money I make, the more I can help others. The more money you make, you're an ecosystem. Like you have your own mini economy that you can help the people around you, give them jobs, help them create a living for themselves. You can support more fundraisers or more just different things you want to help, right? There's so many ways that money could be beneficial. You could actually hire more people on your team. Again, that's helping them have more jobs too, right? You're able to expand and be able to help more people because you have a bigger platform. You can take more certifications. I don't want you to get stuck in serial certifying again, but you have the money to go to big events. You have the money to hire huge, massive, amazing coaches that can help you level up. And it just keeps going and you keep giving out more. You give and you receive. That's all money is. It's neutral. It's magical. Some people even worry, this was a crazy one, about being in a higher tax bracket because they didn't want to have to pay more taxes. I'm like, what a problem to have. We had a friend one time say, I had to pay $300,000 in taxes this year. And I'm like, I would like to be paying that much in taxes because at that time we weren't. And it was like, that would be like a dream. I remember thinking if you're paying that much in taxes and you're making a ton of money, right? You're making really good money. And so that's a great thing. But they didn't want to make more money because they didn't want to pay higher taxes. What does that do? Sends out to the universe. Don't give this person more money. They don't want to pay any more taxes, right? So it's all a part of this. So these are all benefits of staying small, okay? So this is one of the big reasons why I want you to join the 1K per day masterclass for intuitive business owners, coaches, and healers. We're going to help you work the 3 days, learn how to work in 3 days, and create that 6-figure business. All right. And it's doable. You can do it. I've done it. And it's something that's fun. You feel in alignment with it. You get excited about it. And it's something that you just feel, if you're here right now, there's a reason for it. We're going to help you recreate these new programs, packages, services. We have a whole day dedicated to that. We also have your energetic price points. Are you worthy of charging that? Your value. We're going to help you reset your energetic price point so that you're aligned to your offers and what you're charging. Because if you're charging too little and a part of you knows that you're charging more, it's not going to go over well because you're not aligned to it. You're feeling like resentful. You're having these underlying emotions that are in your subconscious that you're probably not even aware of. We're going to work through that. We're going to work through how you can bring in more people and bring in leads. We're going to call in your ideal clients using my energetic, we're casting out an energetic net to call in your ideal people, your soulmate clients. All right. Remember what I said earlier, that I believe that your people are out there waiting for you. Your ideal clients were born, you were both born with a contract to work with each other. And so they're waiting for you to stand up and be seen. But until you are aligned energetically and you are taking the inspired guided action steps that are needed to build your business, it's not going to happen. So make sure that you go to melissazoske.com/1K per day. We're going to have, I think, $1,800 worth of prizes that week too, as well as my Energy of Your Business cards. We're going to give out some Oracle decks for this, okay? So you want to be on there. So let's go ahead. How many of you are in for the 1K per day masterclass? If you haven't signed up, it's in my, if you just go to my personal page or it's at the top of the Shining Mentors group, it's just Melissa Zoske, the link's there, but it's melissazoske.com/1K per day. And you can get that. So let's go ahead and draw some cards for you. How many of you want to get guidance today for an inspired action that you need to take for your business today? We're going to draw some beautiful cards. These cards are all energetically charged, and it's beautiful. So the people that are winning these cards during the masterclass, you are going to have yours personally charged with a special energy that's matched to you alone. Cassie, you're first. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, just focus on you and what you need to hear and see and receive. Be seen. Be seen. Stand out and shine. Let go of fear and judgment and share your gifts. Cassie, are you doing that? You ready to do that more today than ever? Are you ready to step in and be seen? When you are, magic's going to happen. All right. So Leah, you're next. Let's go ahead and pull some cards here, and I'm going to check into the other groups too. Okay. Leah, just hope I'm saying your name right. Just go ahead and close your eyes and just focus a second on what you want to receive or what you need to receive in guidance. Ooh, love this one. Trust and faith. Let go. Know that everything is happening for you. Let go. Know that everything is happening for you. Yeah, Cassie, I'm ready to do more. Yes, you are. You are ready. Let me go ahead and click on here, see if anybody in the other group. Okay. Let me go ahead and check my personal page as well. And if anybody else want a card, just go ahead and post below that you would like a card. We have these every Monday. So stay tuned. All right. All right, Vanessa. All right, let me go ahead and draw one for you, hon. Okay. It's not showing all the comments for some reason. So if you mentioned that you would like one earlier, I see LaFern's on here too. If you mentioned you would like one earlier, go ahead and just post me again so I can see it, okay? So Vanessa, go ahead and just tune in to what you need to receive. All right, okay. Here's yours. Love this. Inner wisdom. Inner wisdom. Tap into divine guidance and your highest self. Listen to the whispers. Now, the story around inner wisdom and listening to the whispers is oftentimes we wait for the brick to the head. We don't want the brick to the head. If you are getting those nudges, those whispers, listen to it, because you don't want a brick to the head to like take you out where then like I was so sick and in pain because I didn't listen to the whispers. Now I have a deal. If I even get a remote symptom, I listen. I'm like, all right, uncle, I am listening because I don't want to be feeling like crap. All right. That pain is a good motivator, I tell you. It's like, oh, crazy. Okay. So I hope that that's good for you. Yes. Does that resonate with you? LaFern, go ahead and tune in. Go ahead and tune in, LaFern. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I love this one. It's one of my favorite. Okay. So alignment. Alignment. Step into ease and flow. Step into ease and flow. I love these koi fish. That's what alignment feels like. It's not saying you don't have to work. It just means that you feel like, yeah, I'm in the right track. I'm taking small action steps daily. Not huge. It's those consistent small steps that you take daily that actually help you create your success more than the one big action step you take every now and then. Okay. So alignment, ease and flow. Make sure you're stepping into that. So that could be using my quantum key method and just allowing yourself to align your energy. That will help you. You could go out and ground yourself. I couldn't ground myself today because it's snowing. So that's what I would do, LaFern. Make sure that you are always stepping back in. And, you know, sometimes I just, I get into such masculine mode of action that I need to step back and say, okay, I need to be in a state of being more often. So like if you use my quantum key method, then you know that it takes like 5 to 10 minutes. And you can just do a quick, we're going to be doing that in the 1K per day every day next week masterclass. We're going to be using these energy tools that are super easy, help you get in alignment, clear out those generational blocks, also install the positive to get you going. So make sure that you are in there. So I'm not seeing any more comments there. Let me go back over here, see if anybody else has commented here. Yeah, Leah, the universe has got my back and keeps reminding me this past week of that. Yep. Sandy from Minnesota would like to see one. Of course, Sandy. I need to check the private group too to see if anybody in there is seeing this. All right, Sandy. Go ahead and focus on what message you need. The universe wants to send you that you want to be guided to do today, this week. Whatever that is for you. Okay, here it is. All right, Sandy, fire focus on your goal and plan out what needs to be done. All right. So fire focus, guys, what does that mean? Fire focus on what it is that you need to get done, right? And that can just be standing out. So you're going to fire focus on what you need to do. Just write out the 3 steps that you would need to get there. Okay. And then do it. Do those steps consistently, okay? Let me see if anybody else is here. Let me go back over to the Shining Mentors group. If you're not in the Shining Mentors group, make sure that you sign up. That group is amazing. I'm going to make sure that we are also showing in the program. I like that we can multitask here. All right. Okay. So nobody's showing up there. I don't know if the broadcasts aren't being sent out or the notifications aren't being sent out that well today, But I have loved you. Let's do one more card for the collective here, for anybody listening to the replay or they're listening right now. We're going to have 1 week master alignment for this week on what your soul is calling. So just focus for a minute. Okay. Your zone. Step into your zone of genius. You have everything you need to succeed right now. Step into your zone of genius. All right. So what does that mean? You are an expert in your own right. All right. You have things that you're gifted in, and it's time for you to stand up, own it. When you own it, things shift rapidly. When you know that you have everything that you need and you have all the support, God's source, universe, the people around you, your loved ones, whatever, when you know you have this and you really step into that zone of genius and own it, that's where beautiful things start to shift. And I love seeing it because you know what? That's where the magic happens. And that's where the money starts flowing. And that's when your soul starts singing. And that's what I want for you. Okay. So again, make sure that you go to the 1K per day. So it's Melissa. I'm going to type it in here again, melissazoske.com/1K per day. If you know of anybody else that would benefit from this, make sure that you share this link, okay? The more people we have in there that are aligned with the same kind of energy that we're talking about here, it actually helps increase the power. There's energy in number. There's power in numbers. The more numbers there, the more energy that's flowing. LaFern, yes, step into it. I'm learning to recognize it on a conscious level. Step into your zone of genius. What time is the class next week? LaFern, it is at 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 MST, so 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we do have replays. So if you can't make some or you can't make any of them, there are replays that you can watch every week. You can catch up that way. And the replays, energy in the replays are just as good. If you would like the workbook early, if you want it early to get started, we are putting those people that get the workbook early into one of the drawings for an extra. We're going to be giving out several of these, but to getting one of these card decks, okay? One of these oracle decks, and you could win. So if you get the workbook early, just ask for the workbook in the Shining Mentors group, and we'll get that over to you. It's so much fun. We love to have you. And we also have so many other, I have the Breaking Biz Blocks course that we're giving away as one of the prizes. We have so many prizes. Like I said, $1,800. Actually, I think it's closer to $1,900 for the prizes now. So it is a lot of fun. All right. So you have a great rest of the day. And we hope to catch you guys soon. All right. We hope to see you there. Take care. Bye.